I teach negotiation classroom training, and often learning sponsors ask me before each session, what is it useful that learners know before they come along to the training? This is a really good question. It helps save time in the training, ensuring everyone has a common level of understanding, and it means that the training can be more experiential, much more time for practicing behaviours and reflection, and less time on lecture. These are the sorts of things that I recommend that each learner knows before they attend negotiation classroom sessions. First of all, I encourage all learners to think about if there is a need to negotiate. It may be that the issue that they are seeking to resolve does not need negotiation, and it's not the best route to resolve the conversation with the other negotiating party. This involves some analysis, thinking about the balance of power between the negotiation organisations, and also thinking about what their fallback position might be in the event that the negotiation fails. This allows the negotiation learner to have a little bit of a think about the business landscape for both organisations and what other options they can bring to the discussion. The second thing I encourage all learners to think about is to ensure they know what concessions are and what concessions they have in the negotiation. Concessions are negotiation topics. They're things that have varying degrees of importance and varying degrees of flexibility for the organisation. They're things which you'd be prepared to discuss, potentially exchange with the other negotiating party, and things where you may be looking for alternative proposals. Knowing these things helps the negotiator have a think about negotiation as a process of discussion, not a trick where you can bewitch the other party into believing what you believe. Whilst that may have some application, it is ultimately a zero-sum approach, and it will never get the same benefits as a creative discussion that's based on problem solving in the moving phase of negotiation. The final thing I ask learners to think about is the opening phase of negotiation. Those first few messages or first few minutes of a face-to-face discussion where you have an opportunity to introduce an agenda, expectations, choose a style, and set the tone for discussion. It's true, many negotiations fail because this was set up inadequately, not thought about, or the other party was not considered. Even the most experienced negotiators can benefit from thinking about their most recent negotiation and how the opening contributed to success or meant that the outcomes were not as great as they'd hoped they might be. Thinking about negotiation before the training helps each learner really hit the ground running in the session. Any form of behavioural training is about those incremental small changes that we bring to our daily practices that make a massive difference on the outcomes that we achieve from negotiation discussion. And having a chance to practice and sharing experience with colleagues from all different functions is of a massive benefit.